In the summer of 1942, Kiev lay in ruins. The Nazi occupation had turned the streets silent, and fear ruled every corner. Food was scarce, freedom was gone. And yet in the midst of it all, a football match would be played. A match between hunger and pride, between boots and bayonets, between former Ukrainian champions and their Nazi occupiers. They would later call it the death match. Before the war, Dynamo Kiev was the pride of Soviet football. Many of its players were local heroes, but when Hitler's troops marched into Ukraine, everything changed. Football clubs were dissolved, players were scattered, some were captured, others went into hiding. A few, like goalkeeper Mykola Trusevich, found work in a bakery, one owned by a man with a dream. That dream? To build a team, to play again. They called themselves FC Start, made up of former Dynamo and Lokomotiv players. And despite the war, despite poor diets and torn boots, they began to play again. Local teams, military teams, German teams. And they won, over and over again. That's when the Nazis noticed, and they weren't happy. A team of Luftwaffe officers, playing under the name Flak Elf, was assembled to put the Ukrainians in their place. It wasn't just about football, it was about power. The message was clear: lose, or else. On August 9, 1942, thousands of spectators packed into Zenit Stadium under the watchful eyes of Nazi soldiers. FC Start, in tattered kits and malnourished bodies, took the field against the uniformed, well-fed German officers. The referee? A known SS officer. From the opening whistle, it was brutal. FC Start was fouled hard, threatened. The referee ignored German elbows, cleats, and kicks. At half-time, the Germans suggested they take it easy. But FC Start came back swinging. They scored, and scored again. Final score, 5-3. The Ukrainians had humiliated the Luftwaffe, and they didn't celebrate. They knew what might come next. Days later, Gestapo agents arrived. Several FC Start players were arrested and interrogated. Some were tortured. At least 4, including Trusevich, were executed in Siret's concentration camp. But one truth remained. In a time of silence and submission, these men chose defiance. They played for pride, for dignity,